From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Today, the Bozeman City Commission will consider an ordinance that would regulate the time, place, and manner in which people can camp in the right-of-way. Now, we have what you need to know on the meeting, plus a look at Belgrade's ordinance.
As the City of Bozeman looks to create a parking ordinance this week, we check in with the City of Belgrade, which passed one this year. I'm Edgar Cedillo. We'll check in to see how it's working for them.
I'm Jonathan Amberian in Missoula, where a district court judge held a hearing Monday as he considers whether to block Montana's new state law restricting gender-affirming health care for transgender youth.
Right here in Butte, where the folks at the Butte Silverboat Archives are planning a walk through history.
Alrighty, it is 6:31 on this Tuesday edition of Montana This Morning. Jane McDonald and Chief Meteorologist Mike Hurd with us, filling in for Matt as he's gone.
Yeah. We had comments asking, where's Matt? So he'll be back.
But we are happy to have you. I told you to make a habit of coming to Montana This Morning, and you are.
Yeah.
How do you like it, though? It's a little early.
It's a little rough, working 10-hour shifts and split shifts, but I'm getting it done. So,
it's a fun time, and we are so happy to have you. Now, looking over the mining city, you can see the sun is starting to rise.
Just a little bit of light out there, but the official sunrise is still about a half an hour away.
Exactly right. Just later and later every single day.
Yeah, and the equinox, here it comes, fall equinox on Saturday.
Here we are. It's crazy to think that we're already in fall.
Yeah, right.
But buckle up, here we come. Now, let's take a look at that school day forecast. What grade are we getting? This is my favorite part of the day.
You know, it should be an A day, AA plus. It's cool this morning, should be mild this afternoon. We have a little bit of cloud cover out there, but it's a dry day today, so that's the important thing. So kids heading to school, school bus, walking to school. Again, jackets in the morning, but they'll be dragging them on the ground by the time they come home.
They'll lose them at recess, but they'll have them.
A good day today.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. Now, we'll get into that forecast a little bit later on the show. But first, today, the Bozeman City Commission will consider an ordinance that would regulate the time, place, and manner in which people can camp in the right-of-way. Now, the item comes before Commission after being continued during the August 8th meeting. A review of the draft by the Transportation Board and Economic Vitality Board is now complete. The goal of the proposed ordinance is to help the city better maintain its infrastructure and to keep people safe, including those who are experiencing homelessness. The proposed ordinance allows people to stay in the public right-of-way in a vehicle for up to 5 days if they are homeless and have no other form of shelter available. After 5 days, they must move to a different street. Additionally, people may not camp adjacent or across from a residence, park, school, or daycare, or within 100 feet of a business entrance. Now, other parts of the draft ordinance include that people must maintain clean and orderly spaces with no trash or personal items stored outside their vehicles. And at the beginning of the year, Bozeman's neighbor, Belgrade, passed its own parking ordinance. Belgrade's parking ordinance cut down the numbers of days that a car could be parked on a city street from 5 days down to 3 days. The city of Belgrade does not currently allow people who have their campers parked on the street to live in those. Our Edgar Cedillo spoke with Belgrade's city manager, who says that the ordinance is a success.
Well, there was some concern about reducing it from that 5 days to 3. The overall mood of those that commented during the time was support of trying to give us more tools in our tool bag, so to speak, to tackle the parking problem of really having, those maybe utility trailers or RVs that are parked on a city street for the entire summer camping season.
And the Belgrade Police Department says in the past 9 months, it has issued more than 800 citations for violation of the new parking ordinance. For Edgar's full report, you can head over and check out our website. Now, a hearing took place over in Missoula District Court on Monday, where Senate Bill 99, also known as the Trans Medical Bill, is being challenged. Transgender adolescents, their parents, and 2 medical providers who work with transgender youth are challenging the law that bans gender-affirming care for trans youth. And MTN senior political reporter Jonathan Amberian, he has the story.
On Monday, a district court judge in Missoula took about 90 minutes of testimony as he considers whether to put a block on Montana's new state law restricting gender-affirming health care for transgender youth. District Judge Jason Marks held a hearing on a motion seeking a preliminary injunction on Senate Bill 99. The bill would prohibit gender-affirming procedures for transgender people younger than 18, including hormone treatments and surgeries. Plaintiffs, including several transgender youth and their families, said the law would deprive them of treatment that's been found to be effective, and that the restrictions could put transgender youth at higher risk of mental health impacts, including higher risk of suicide.
So we're not just talking about statistics or numbers, Your Honor. We're talking about real people who are suffering real harms, and those people include people who are sitting in this room today.
Plaintiffs' attorneys said allowing the law to go into effect even for a day could cause irreparable and immediate harm, and was driving some to consider leaving the state altogether.
I can think of no better example of an irreparable injury than having to be forced out of your own home state by your elected officials because they're attacking your children.
Attorneys for the Montana Department of Justice defended the law. They argued the legislature was justified in considering it because of their interest in protecting minors from what they said could be long-term and irreversible health effects of these treatments.
They want to protect the kids from this experimentation, give them the chance to grow up and give them the chance, the right that they have to the future autonomy and make this decision for themselves.
The state attorney said there's still not full clarity in the studies and evidence on this issue, and that in this case, the judge should defer a decision and allow the law to go into effect ahead of a trial.
In this area of unfolding medical and policy debate, the state has more rather than fewer options.
Marks took no immediate action on Monday. He says he'll issue an order next week, and he acknowledged that whichever way he rules, it's almost certain the decision will be appealed to the Montana Supreme Court. In Missoula, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Now a little closer to home, Butte law enforcement needs staffing. And MTN's John Amy tells us how the shortage is affecting police work.
With the continued manpower shortage in the Butte Police Department, they've actually had to temporarily suspend their traffic division so that they can concentrate on patrolling the streets of Butte. And that's why they want to encourage more people to consider a career in law enforcement.
You know, people are not flocking to this profession like they used to. Back in the older, when I started 34 years ago, there was probably over 100 people that took the test. The last time we took the test, we barely had 30 show up.
Police need to hire 6 officers to bring staffing back up to 52. The sheriff said that while law enforcement is a rewarding job, it's not an easy profession.
You have to be committed to doing this job. It's not a hobby. It's a lifestyle, and you have to dedicate yourself to doing this job and doing some things that are difficult, and you see things that you shouldn't.
Before the drop in staffing, Butte would have 1 officer in the morning and afternoon shift dedicated to responding to traffic calls. Now, officers have to do both traffic and routine patrolling.
But when you add emphasis to one area, then you have to take officers away from other areas, and the criminals aren't stupid. They can see that there's a lot of cops in a certain area. They don't want to operate in that area, so they move around.
Last year, Butte police had a little more than 29,000 calls for service and more than 1,700 arrests.
We're always working to try to stem the tide of drugs in our community, and that drives the property crimes in our community as well. So if we can have an impact in the drug situation, it will affect our property crimes.
People have until Friday, September 22nd, to submit an application on the Butte Silverbow website. In Butte, John Amy, MTN News.
Thank you very much, John. Now, sticking in Butte for this next story, for some people, a stroll through the graveyard might seem like a terrifying thing to do, but for 2 Butte history buffs, the graveyard is an excellent place to dig up stories. And our Megan Thompson meets with Butte Silverbow Public Archive staffers who are bringing some of Butte's past characters to life in an upcoming cemetery tour.
For some people, walking through a cemetery might be kind of scary, but for the people at the Butte Silverbow Archives, a walk through the Mountain View Cemetery here in Butte is a great opportunity to meet some of Butte's characters.
Interesting. Just a military one in the middle of right here. So we don't really go as much for the spook, I'll be honest. We're the history people, but right? We kind of look at it like Butte's history isn't it cemeteries. All of these people have a story to tell.
When you look at the graveyard from a historical perspective, Aubrey says you get curious.
What Lindsay and I do is we walk the cemetery and we write down a big list of names, and then we go back to the archives and do research.
From the list of names, the team then uses newspaper articles, obituaries, and even history books to bring a person's story to life again.
Oh, that is pretty. And some of them don't pan out. They have relatively little information. Some are surprisingly interesting, and so, yeah, we never quite know what we're going to find when we develop these tours. We feature the cemetery owners, we feature some madams, business owners, some people who, I hate to say just regular people, but just folks who are kind of your regular miners. We talk about those people as well.
The evening stroll through the graveyard is the second to take place after an earlier event drew over 100 participants.
We featured this on our Hike Through History series that we do in conjunction with other departments in Butte Silver Bow. It was the most well-attended hike this summer. So we wanted to offer it again one more time.
There's a lot of finish in this section.
And Lindsay says, unlike other Hike Through History tours, you won't have to strap on your hiking boots.
This tour is for everybody. You know, it's a really easy walk. You're cruising through the cemetery. Part of it is paved, part of it is dirt. But everybody's welcome. We had some kiddos at our last one. You know, we just ask that everybody be respectful.
In Butte, Megan Thompson, MTN News.
Thank you very much, Megan. Now, we're going to take a short break here on Montana This Morning, but when we come back this morning, we're going to be looking into new studies that are showing a rise in cancer rates among younger adults. Now, we're going to talk with experts on what cancers specifically are on the rise in young people. That and more when we come back.